folks, we will open up briefly for some questions for Dwayne Haskins. Third row left, Dan.
Dwayne, Ohio State's kind of started its Haskins for Heisman campaign today. Your coach has publicly said that you should be in New York, but he'd fly you there. Just how does it feel to have that support from your coach and from the school, kind of starting that Heisman campaign for you?
Yeah, it means everything to be able to have the support from the coaching staff and the players. For coach to go up and then be able to vouch for me the way he did, just shows how much trust he has in me. And the player is doing a great job this year, helping me out and helping me be elite. And just excited to be even considered for the award.
When you look forward to the Rose Bowl, I know you've already said you're going to play, but just what do you look forward to in the Rose Bowl of what you can accomplish in that game to finish off this season?
Yeah, there's nothing really that I have any expectations for going into the game. I'm just going to go win. And, Rose Bowl has great history, and a lot of quarterbacks played in that game, and it's, a very rich tradition game, and I'm looking forward to competing with my teammates.
Front row right, Bill.
I know you've had a lot of self-confidence, quiet self-confidence in yourself, but has this year been beyond your expectations in terms of how you played?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it would be beyond my expectations. I've always wanted to be in a situation, worked really hard to get here, and, it's been everything to be able to go out there and compete and do the things that I've done this year. But didn't really shock myself. Didn't feel like I couldn't achieve it. I just had to go out there and do it.
And the thing that you did yesterday in terms of moving around in the pocket, out of the pocket, making those touchdown throws, a couple of them, how big a step is that for you to do that in that kind of situation?
Yeah, I've always worked on that in the off-season, and always felt that was a part of my game. I just had to show it versus Northwestern, a lot of drop eight coverage, a lot of time for me to let my receivers get open downfield, and they made a lot of great contested catches for me yesterday, and just was glad I was able to put that on film.
Front row right, Austin.
When you've talked about, Tua and Kyler and your friendship with those guys going back for a while, if the three of you are together in New York, what would that mean to you?
In the world, quarterbacks, we all are the alpha males, and we all compete against each other, went to all the camps, and we all know about one another, and to be able to Kyler coming out of high school was the best quarterback in the country. Tua was league 11 like God, and to be able to be in the same conversation with them just makes me feel that I put the work in and be able to be considered the best quarterback in the country, and much respect for those guys.
You've talked about keeping in touch with them. Were you comparing numbers throughout the year? Seeing who?
I wasn't comparing numbers. Like I said before, probably in another interview, just like asking Tua how he went like 19 for 22 for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns was something that I just thought was crazy. And then, of course, Kyler with his passing and running dynamic, and how elite athlete he is. They're all fun to watch, and really happy for him.
Right next door, Tim.
Yeah, Dwayne, what's the first time you remember hearing the words Heisman Trophy?
For this season?
No, just way back when you were a little guy.
Yeah, so this is a game called NCAA and Road to Glory. So every year I would be number 7 for Ohio State. It was 6'4", 220, and I would go win every year I played. But we'll see how realistic that is this week.
That's what I was going to ask you, though. You paid attention to the Heisman, I would think, growing up. Do you feel like you have had a Heisman Trophy-esque year? Do you? Because you know what it takes. It's winning. It's putting up big stats and stuff. Just what's your thought on that?
Yeah,
and then about being considered maybe one of the leaders.
Yeah, I feel like I did what I needed to do to give my case to win the Heisman. Broke Drew Brees' touchdown record, broke Curtis Painter's single season passing record, and did a lot of great things this year. It's not my choice of who gets to win the Heisman, but either way, I just wanted to be considered for it. And if I win, I win. If I don't, get ready for Washington. But just to be able to go to New York and show my kids one day that I was a finalist will mean the world to me.
Front row left, Steven.
Obviously, your draft stock has risen a lot, especially with how you've played this season. Has there been any conversation if you possibly not playing in the Rose Bowl this year?
No, I'm playing in the game.
And also, you talked about the Road to Glory mode and the NCAA football game. You wish that game still existed today, maybe?
Yeah, I wish it still was there.
Second row left, Art.
Hey, I'm sorry if you were asked this in the press conference last night, but Was that a Heisman pose that you struck yesterday after you threw that touchdown pass to Johnny?
Yeah, it was.
How long were you planning that?
I wasn't planning it. I just felt like it was the right moment for me to do that. I tried to be low key with it, but clearly that didn't work. But
Is that when the arm was a little down and not all the way out?
yeah, no, it wasn't a full out, Heisman pose, but yeah, it was a cool picture to have one day.
Front row left, Doug?
Dwayne, do you think with what you and the coaches were able to do with this offense, how this offense worked this year, we've talked to you about that a lot, do you think you've changed Ohio State at all? Do you think that you laid down something that now, hey, not that the next guy's going to be you, but that they can get another guy like you who can throw it and run this style of offense? Have you shown Ohio State something maybe?
Yeah, coming out of high school, I always voiced to coach and whoever's offensive coordinator that I wanted to be in a passing offense, and to be able to have that change this year and have the blueprint for whoever is playing when I get done playing to show that we can throw the ball all over the field. I know Jack Miller voiced to me how happy he was with the progression of the offense, and the quarterback's dream is to sit back and pick a defense apart, and I gave Coach Meyer the confidence to go do that. I gave Coach Day and Coach Wilson the opportunity to call great plays for me and to execute them, and at least had a whole bunch of fun this year.
Are you mad you didn't get to 500 last night?
I didn't know how close I was until after the fact, but maybe I just got to do it next game. So we'll see.
And final questions, far left, Lori?
Following up on what Doug was asking you about changing Ohio State, Urban admitted that having you as a quarterback caused him to rethink, I think he would say, some of his conceptions about offense. Did you notice your interactions with him being different as the year progressed? Did he seem more pleased with the talents that you brought to the table?
Yeah, anything with change, it takes time. And, with being a quarterback run-heavy offense, it was different for Coach to be able to adapt to calling a pass play on 3rd and 4. And, trust takes time. And for him to be able to trust me in certain situations, to be able to throw a pass down the field on 3rd and 2 would mean a lot for him. And I'm glad that I was able to give him that confidence this year and know that he can rely on me in tough moments, whether that was with a running play or a passing play. But with a passing offense, you have to be able to run the football. We learned how to over the course of the season. And I feel like I helped as the season went on with being more dynamic with my legs. And, Coach Meyer did a great job adapting. And
That wasn't the only way your relationship with Urban seemed to evolve. I mean, he went from, yeah, we'll talk about his Heisman chances later, to I'm going to fly him to New York myself if necessary. Just, are you closer now? How did that, process play out for you?
I've always been close with Coach Meyer, and he does a great job of keeping me humble and doesn't really give me too much praise. He always wants me to be the best quarterback in the country, whether he voiced that to anybody or not. And he always pushed me to be better every day, whether that was with being a quarterback or being a leader or a better academic student or a person. And Coach Meyer is a fantastic person, fantastic coach, and I'm proud that he was able to put so much time into me.
Can I follow up on that real quick? I thought that at times this year that Urban would hold back on the praise for you at times. It seemed like he was trying to push you more. Mm-hmm. Is that how that relationship works, that he wants to do that to keep driving you?
Yeah, everyone sees how well we do on offense, and the last thing he wanted to do is for me to get big-headed, and he didn't want me to stop getting better. It's my first year starting, only a few games starting, playing, and the last thing he wanted me to do was for me to stop thinking my teammates, stop thinking the coaches, and think it was all about me. So he did a great job with that.
Great. Dwayne, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thank
Dwayne.
you.